Brakti Hawa, Brakti Hawshai, Brakti Hawa, Brakti Hawshai, Brakti Hawa, Brakti Hawshai. Kal Halalimla Abanawa Yahwa, Alahayanawa, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the prophets of that body, and shalom to the 144,000. Esau, the so-called white man, since coming into power, as every race on the planet Earth has had their chance to be the so-called elites. They've had their chance to so-called shine in the sun. They've had their chance to be proud. They've had their chance to crack the whip, because Yahweh Hashem Shai is even fair with the heathen, but then the heathen must pay. The heathen is the so-called white man, the Edomites, along with the other 16 nations that are not that are of non-Israelite stock. Okay, because the chosen are the Israelites, right? But since the so-called white man coming into power, a few hundred years ago, along with the Renaissance period, Renaissance meaning rebirth. What was it the rebirth of? Was the so-called white man. Now, what we're going to do is, with the process of elimination, is to see, is this depiction correct? Or is what written in the scriptures, what's stated in the scriptures, does it meet the visual display, or what's stated in the scriptures? Does it visually show in the depictions that Esau, the so-called white man, has created? Yeah, that's what we're gonna see, because Esau, the so-called white man, has done witchcraft on you Israelites. The greater, to the other heathen nations too, but they don't matter. But he's done it to you Israelites. Okay. This is Caesar Borgia. Caesar Borgia was a son of the Pope Alexander VI of Rome. All right? Pope Alexander VI of Rome. And prior to that, Serapis Christus. Google Serapis Christus, and that's same Edomite with a flower pot in his head. Okay? This does not match the scriptures. All right? Number one, pursuing to the book of Leviticus, having yellow hair, which there are some depictions of Caesar Borgia with yellow hair like that. It is a curse. Blonde hair. No, blondes do not have more fun. All right. Pursuing the book of Leviticus 13, having pale flesh, no melanin, and no and blonde hair, even yellow hair, is a curse. It's unclean. So why would the only begotten Son, the first creation of Yahweh, the first, the only begotten is the first creation, physical, like as a person, creation of Yahweh. Why would the Lord give him the lack of melanin, leprosy? Yeah, because what a ruling nation does when they come into power is depict themselves as all the key figures in history. All right, they're going to depict themselves as the Most High. They're going to depict themselves as a son of the Most High. They're going to depict themselves as the Vikings. They're going to depict themselves as the Knights of the Round Table. They're going to depict themselves as all the kings of Europe, when they were all what I've just said so far, all the Most High, the Messiah, our King, all the monarchies in Europe and beyond, all the key figures, everybody, all the way down to the Lone Ranger. Anybody that's cool, that's got some clout, that's depicted in movies to this day, even Robin Hood. Robin Hood and his merry men. You think that was a bunch of crackers? That was so-called black men, the Southern Kingdom. You understand? If the so-called white man is such a bad man, how come who's dominating in the rings, boxing rings, MMA, is all so-called black, Hispanic, and native Indian people? And don't get it twisted, Hispanics and natives of Indian descent are our brothers. They are the Northern Kingdom. All right, but right now we are talking about the Most High and His Son. Okay, because the superior look in the kingdom will be the way the so-called black man is. Okay, which is the black is a byword. All right, it means negative, means dirty. It means non-existent. White means pure, distinct, clean, perfect. When the so-called white man doesn't even have white skin, they have red skin like a pig, which is a bottom feeder. And the so-called white man is a bottom feeder. a culture vulture, a thief. All right. All right. This is when they came to power. This is when the heathen. First Maccabees 3:48, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen, the so-called white man, had sought that the Edomites had sought to paint the likeness of their images. What do you call that in layman terms? Whitewashing. So-called whitewashing. Okay. Now let's go to the book of Leviticus. I did say 13 and 30, I believe it is. Let's go there. All right. Uh-huh. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, okay, one more second. Moses took his hand out of his bosom. Actually, let's go to this one. Exodus, the book of Exodus. Okay, I was going to get to the point, okay? Now, this is when Moses, okay, or Marsha, right, where there was a miracle that happened, okay? Now, if everybody is, if Moses, like Charlton Heston is portraying Moses in the Ten Commandments, right? And it says here in the book of Exodus, the book of Exodus 4 onwards, that his hand became leprous as snow, which means no melanin. Okay. But then when he put it back in put his hand back in his bosom again and pulled it out, and then it came back to his normal skin color. All right. But in the book of in the movie Ten Commandments of Charlton Heston, he's showed leprous. So that's just to let you another indication that the people in the Bible are of color. Okay. What would be the miracle if you're already so-called white and you put your hand back in and it's already so-called white? Okay. You can look into the context yourself. I'm just going to go in because what it is, I deviate a lot and I go into a tangent. So I'm trying to stay on point. All right. But I'm trying to point out that Esau, the so-called white man's lies. All right. Here we go. Exodus 4 and Exodus 4 and 5. Let's go to Exodus 4 and 4. Read all the way down. And the Lord Yahweh Shemashai, or the Lord Yahweh, said unto Moses, put forth thine hand and take it by the tail. And he put forth his hand and caught it, and it became a rod in his hand, that they may believe that the Lord Yahweh thy power of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the Most High of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, hath appeared unto thee, or had appeared unto thee. I'll read it again. They that may believe the Lord of God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob hath appeared unto thee. The Lord Yahweh said furthermore unto him, put now thine hand into thy bosom. So Moses did this, and he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, and he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. So if Moses was a so-called white man, he put his hand out, and he put his hand in and took it back out. And let's just say Moses was so-called white, and he put his hand in his bosom, and he took it out. What would be the miracle if he's already so-called white? That means Moses had color. All right? So put now thine hand into thy bosom, and put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. Verse 7, and he said, put thine hand into thy bosom again. Moses did it again. And he put his hand into his bosom again and plucked it out of his bosom, and behold, it was turned again as his other flesh. Okay? Meaning that the miracle that was shown there was that when he put his hand in his bosom, it came leprous as snow, and leprosy is a curse. You see certain jakes like with pale spots on their skin, their hands, and that. Yeah, the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yashai, did this to Moses. His whole hand was leprous. So when he put it back again, is back to his beautiful golden brown, whatever skin tone Moses had, like a like a dark Hershey brown or a caramel skin brown. It went back to that color again. All right. So who the fuck? Who's Charlton Heston really playing, portraying? And that goes back to what? Uh, First Maccabees 3:48, and it goes straight into so-called whitewashing as well as the movies, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. Okay, you got movies like Jesus Christ Superstar and all these other biblical movies where they portray the likeness of their images. Okay, they portray the likeness of their images. Let's go to the book of Leviticus, like I was gonna do initially. Um, and the Lord Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, when a man shall have in the skin of his flesh a rising scab or bright spot, and it be in the skin of his flesh like the plague of leprosy, a bright spot, plague is a skin of leprosy. So having that and being completely pale, right, is leprosy. It's unclean. To look that way is unclean. Okay? You think the Most High, his only begotten son, Yahweh, is going to make Yahweh Shai a leper with yellow hair? Oh, this is my only begotten son. The first, I've created. I'm going to make him, recessive. You know? I'm going to make the son hate him. The son hates a so-called white man. Why do you think they age like milk and look like shit? Huh? They get blisters all over their skin. They get red and shit. Watch the movie Summer Rental if you like classics. John Candy on the beach forgets to put his suntan on. What does he look like afterwards? A damn near a lobster, red, burnt, in pain. That's leprosy. No protection, no natural protection. Okay, Israelites, especially Yahweh Shai and their Israelites, we vibrate in the sun. The sun gives us energy. They show movies like Superman. Oh, he gets his energy from the sun. How the fuck can Superman get his energy from the sun? Right? When he's got leprosy. The sun hates the pale skin or not light skin. I'm talking about skin with no melanin. All right. Maybe that's why the Most High Yahweh Shemeshai, cursed what's his name, Christopher Reeve, calling himself Kalel, having leprosy, calling himself all powerful, getting his energy from the sun, trying to be like Yahweh Shai. What did Yahweh Shai do? Put that motherfucker in a wheelchair. That damn devil. Okay, and the priest shall look up on the plague in the skin of the flesh, and when the hair in the plague is turned white, and the plague in sight be deeper than the skin of his flesh, it is a plague of leprosy, and the priest shall look on him and pronounce him unclean. All right, let's get to the point. Okay, back in the day, if you had this, they would shut you up for 7 days to see if you come back to normal. But the so-called white man is just a complete leper. The Lord cursed them from the get-go. Where is that? One second, let me just find this one. Let's go to the yellow hair scripture. Is this the one? Leviticus 13:30. Then the priest shall see the plague, and behold, if it be in this. Then the priest shall see the plague, and behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a dry skull, even a leprosy upon the head or beard. So yellow hair, blondes do not have more fun. And the Lord, even the bell just had to concur to confirm it there that Esau is a so-called leper, is a leper. All right. So Leviticus 13 and 30, then the priest shall see the plague, and behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin, and be in it a yellow thin hair, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a dry skull, even leprosy upon the head or beard. And there you go. The beep or the bling or the bell sound had to confirm again. There you go. So it's a curse to look that way. So who is this guy? Where is he? Where is this devil? Who is this? That's Caesar Borgia. That's Serapis Christus. Who's Serapis Christus? Let's find that. Let's find Serapis, man. Serapis Christus. You see the Christ in there, right? Serapis Christus. Let's go to him. Yeah, he's one of the gods of the Edomites. There he goes. See, that's Serapis Christus. Christus. This is prior to Caesar Borgia. All right. So the modern day fake so-called Messiah, Jesus the Christ, or is represented upon Caesar Borgia and Serapis Christus. All right. Okay. Let's go to the book of Revelations. First of all, let's just show the correct depiction of what the Lord looks like pursuant to the scriptures. The Lord looks like this. This is what the Messiah, the only begotten Son, looks like. Hair like lamb's wool, skin like burnished brass. That's clean, unblemished, beautiful brown chocolate skin, like a Hershey bar, you know? Majestic, shining, Wisdom maketh a face to shine. Austere, that's what the Lord looks like. The Lord doesn't look like no pussy. The Lord doesn't look like no faggot, okay, with stringy hair, all right? Let's go to the scriptures. First, I want to do one more thing as well. What type of people have hair like wool? All right. Somebody called Chase Murphy put this there. He said like this: these kids are from the Solomon Islands. They are Melanesian, and yes, that's their natural hair color too. Yeah, because yellow hair and all that kind of thing does come from. Listen, blue eyes, green eyes, and all that kind of thing comes from us. All right. Remember, Esau came out of Isaac and Rebekah, but they were two nations that were in thy womb, separated. So two dark people, two Israelites, can create a pale child. It's called. They call them albinos today. Yes, they have various eye colors and they have yellow hair, but that is still unclean. Okay. But now what we're trying to emphasize on is the texture of the hair. What type of people have hair like wool? So-called black people. And the Israelites are scattered to the four corners of the earth. And it's funny that the islands are called Solomon Islands, and you got Jakes that look like that. And these are Jakes. All right, we're not just in America alone. We're in Latin America. We're in India. We're in, pursuant to the book of Isaiah 11 and 11 and Isaiah 11 and 12. We are at the four corners of the earth through slavery, captivity, war, marriage with, and also with marriage, migration, immigration, migration. Getting married to heathen women and having children up there as well. So hey, many ways we have been scattered to the four corners of the earth, pursuing to the book of Deuteronomy, verse 64, where we'll be scattered to the four corners of the earth. Now let's get another one here. Where is the lamb's wool? What texture is lamb's hair? Images of what texture is lamb's hair? This is lamb's hair. Okay. Right. Right. And then when you type in what texture is lamb's hair, and this is in Microsoft Bing, by the way, with Google, you're going to get way more. What comes up? They got a picture of a so-called black woman. That's lamb's hair. Okay, you get a lamb, right? Okay. The Lord is a sacrificial lamb because we used to sacrifice actual real lambs, lambs on, we used to sacrifice them like doves and all that kind of thing. We sacrifice lambs and goats. But the Lord is a sacrificial lamb, right? And what does a lamb look like? All right. And we're also talking about the Lord's texture hair as well, hair white like wool, because the Lord's hair did turn white by the age of 33 through all the stress he was going through. Okay, hence he was white like wool. All right, because otherwise, if you're talking about his head is white like wool, why would pursuant to the book of Leviticus, pale skin is a curse, no melanin is a curse, but yet the Lord looks like that? Why would the only begotten Son? That's a contradiction. They are not contradictions in the Bible. They aren't. All right? There are no contradictions in the scriptures. There are no contradictions in the scriptures. Everything is meticulous pursuant to the book of 1 Corinthians 14:40. Do everything in decently and in order. And this is all done in a very spiritual way. Okay? The Bible is a puzzle, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. Okay? And that's only given to the elect to unravel. And then those elect men teach the greater multitude like myself and other brothers and sisters out there, but mainly the brothers. All right? Okay? That's lamb's wool. Okay? All right? And also at the same time, Acts 13, verse 1, the prophets like Barnabas and Simeon were called nigger. Let's go there as well. Let's get that one. I want to get the scriptures that sort of really just hammer it down and sort of give you a shock factor, especially to you wacky tacky Christians. You know, modern day Christians are, modern day Christianity is insanity. All right. Acts 13, verse 1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called nigger, and Lucius of Cyrene and Manian, which had been brought up with Herod the Tetrarch and Saul. Okay? So who's that then? Genesis 25:25 lets you know what Esau looks like, red and hairy. What skin color are you crackers? You're pink, you're red, you're different, you're different shades of it. You burn in the sun. You're meant to be the chosen? Hell no, you're not chosen. Okay? How are you chosen? Who's in the rings? And don't mention Rocky Marciano or Tyson. What's that guy, Tyson? Irish, the Gypsy King boxer, Tyson Fury. Yeah, they're Israelites. Okay. Now, Rocky Marciano, Rocky Graciano, they're borderline. They can still pass with Jake, so they got the wavy hair and they got dark skin and Negro-esque features. All right, they're Judites, Sicilians. Now with Tyson Fury, he looks like a so-called white man. But that Irish line, goes back to the point where who's that guy, man? Cromwell. Cromwell got rid of all the Israelites out of Ireland. Okay, so Eddie Murphy, Robert Kelly, those are actual real Irishmen. R. Kelly, real Irish surnames. The white man didn't go give you those Irish and Scottish and English surnames. Those are our names from the get-go. It's actually the so-called white man that took our names and adopted them. So Tyson Fury is an Israelite. All right. Now, where are you so-called white people as a majority in the rings when it's so-called mainly blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians? All right. It's not you people. You are not the chosen. Like the book of Maccabees says, you've made everybody look like you. You've portrayed yourself to be the coolest. All you are is you're corny like David Hasselhoff, man. You're corny like who you corny like? You're corny like Eminem. I don't give a fuck. I don't like Eminem. To me, he sounds like Pee Wee Herman rapping. He's whack. To me, he's whack. He's overrated. Yeah. Okay, you're corny like Pee Wee. Man, all you Edomites are like Pee Wee Hermans, man. That's it. That's a template of a modern day Edomite. Pee Wee Herman is a modern day Edomite. That's what these so-called white people are. A bunch of faggots, a bunch of pussies, and a bunch of pedos. You know, a bunch of CH ild mo s us. Okay, now you try and understand that what I'm trying to say. You know. Now let's go to the description of Yahweh Shai, his real name. All right. Now, there you know J in the Hebrew, okay, but that's another topic. The revelation of I'm not going to say this heathenistic name. The revelation of, I'm going to say his correct name, all right? The revelation of Hamashiach Yahushai, which the Most High gave unto him to shew unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John, who bear the record of the Most High and of his testimony when John was on the island of Patmos. All right, this is a testimony. You got to have testicles to give a testimony. All right, because the Lord, Prophet John, servant John, Prophet John saw Yahweh Shai. All right, and the testimony of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai and of all things that he saw. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. John, to the seven churches which are in Asia, grace be unto you, and peace from him which is, and which was, and which is to come, and from the seven spirits which are before his throne. Okay, let's go next verse. Verse 2, who bear record of the word of the Most High and of the testimony of Yahushai Hamashiach and of all things that he saw. All right. Salaki, I already read that. John, to the seven churches which are in Asia, grace be unto you, and peace from which is, and which was, and which is to come, and from the seven spirits which are before his throne. Verse 5, and from Hamashiach Yahushai, who is a faithful witness, and the first begotten of the dead, and the prince of the kings of the earth, unto him that loved us and washed us from our sins in his own blood, and hath made us kings and priests unto the Most High and his Father. To him be glory and dominion forever and ever. Amen. All right, let's up to verse 6. Let's go to verse 7. Do it again. I want to read all of it, man. Shall I read? Let me see. Behold, he cometh with the clouds, the chariots, so-called UFOs or IFOs, and every eye shall see him. That's how big the ship's going to be. And there'll be multiple ships too, but the main one with Yahushua will return will be huge. It'll damn near probably cover, I don't know. I'm talking from a UK perspective. It's going to cover all damn near all of London, probably half of the UK, or maybe all of the UK. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him. All right, that's all you soldiers. All right, and you Roman soldiers, you Edomites. All right, and also you 2/3 Jakes as well that spat on him and cursed him when he was being led up to being sacrificed for the elect Israelites. But you crackers, you Edomites, you so-called white people that pierced him, you're here today. Some of you are high-level police officers. Some of you are high-level colonels and generals in the army right now. Some of you are retired, but you're going to be brought back into World War III, pursuant to Revelation 11 and 14. Woe 3. Destruction 3 is coming. Part 3 is coming. That's why you motherfuckers like to make movies. Part 1, 2, and 3. Hey, part 3 is coming. But there ain't going to be no part 4, man. After part 3, you heathens are going into slavery. Okay. Okay. And behold, he that cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, Amen. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shai, which is, and which was, and which is to come, the Almighty. I, John, who I am also who also am your brother and companion in tribulation and in the kingdom and patience of Hamashiach Yahushai, was in the isle that is called Patmos, for the word of the Most High and the testimony of Yahushai Hamashiach. I was in the Spirit on the Lord's day, which is a Shabbat, and today is a Shabbat. I was in the Spirit on the Lord's day, and heard behind me a great voice as of a trumpet. Man. Um, as a trumpet, as a voice as of a trumpet, saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. And what thou first and the last, and what thou seest, write in a book, and send it unto the seven churches which are in Asia, unto Ephesus, and unto Smyrna, and unto Pergamos, and unto Thyatira, and unto Sardis, and unto Philadelphia, and unto Laodicea. All right, that's why Esau uses names like, the ancient names are from the biblical, the ancient biblical era, and all the captivities we've been in America, because America's New Babylon. Look, Philadelphia is mentioned. And unto Philadelphia and unto Laodicea. Verse 12. And I turned to see the voice that spake with me. And being turned, I saw seven golden candlesticks. Not nine like you small hatters, you 1948ers use. Because you're anti-Hamashiach. All right, you're heathens. That's why you go against the scriptures. You're Talmudic believers. You have nothing to do with the scriptures, okay? The only thing you have to do with the scriptures is that you are the tribe of Amalek, you Edomites, you so-called white people, you people that wear the black hats, or people that have your own cities and towns, all right? You people that like to eat bagels and shit like that, all right? You people are not it. You people are not it. You're the synagogue of Satan. Now let's get back to it. The Lord, the beautiful the description of the Lord. And I turned to see the voice that spake with me, and being turned, I saw seven golden candlesticks, and in the midst of the seven candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle, like he had a golden war belt. All right. His verse 14. Now let's get to this part. All right. The major description of the Lord. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. The book of Genesis lets you know that the Lord drank wine, so his eyes will be red with wine. That's what happens to a so-called black man when he drinks wine. All right? But his eyes were as a flame of fire, which also means knowledge, wisdom, and the Lord's fierce anger when he returns as well. So there's many, the scriptures are manifold, but depending on where you're reading it, you got to take it from, you got to look at it spiritually. All right. Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. All right. Verse 15. And his feet, your feet are the same color as your body. All right. And don't get simple. My feet are darker than the rest of my skin. Your feet are not dark brown and the rest of your body is pale, okay? Or your feet are not dirty. Israelites wash, okay? You Edomites are dirty. You don't wash. You don't even shower. Israelites wash, all right? Some of us here, even in this day and age, have 2 showers a day at least, all right? So you dirty Edomites that don't wash, you're dirty people, all right? Now this is the color of the Lord's feet. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. Don't they say that so-called black men are loud? Huh? Didn't James Earl Jones, a so-called black man, have a loud, bassy voice? He actually narrated the scriptures. The Lord put the Spirit on him to do that. And he was chosen to do that, because he is an Israelite. He has a masculine voice. Wasn't he playing Darth Vader, Dark Father, because of his bassy voice? Huh? Hair like wool, afro, skin like burnished brass, loud voice. That does not sound like a white man to me. That does not sound like this person. Doesn't sound like that. This motherfucker here looks like a fruitcake. Yeah, this guy sounds like Pee Wee Herman. This sounds like Pee Wee Herman, right? This lovely, beautiful depiction, majestic depiction of the Lord. Obviously, Yahweh Shai is way more majestic, but this lovely depiction of the Lord. This is what the description looks and that would sound like. Hair like lamb's wool, beautiful. Skin like burnished brass, beautiful, shiny, unblemished. You know, natural, perfect beard line. You know, not a lineup, a natural, perfect beard line. You know, skin like burnished brass, hair like lamb's wool, and wasn't the Lord an austere man? Austere means fierce, uh, disciplined, forthright, masculine. You know, you would categorize an individual like that today as someone who's got a chip on his shoulder, who's always angry. You know, that's what austere is. Very forthright. And obviously, this depiction here sounds like you know, the Lord has a sound of many waters, which means your voice travels. The Lord didn't need no microphone or speakerphone to get His voice out. This is what the Lord looks like. All right, this is Yahweh Shai. This is the only begotten Son. The correct depiction. Not that we worship any picture because we don't do idol worship. But when we pray, we have this lovely image in our mind, so we get rid of this disgusting faggot child Mo Esther's image out of our head. You understand? This is blasphemy. Okay? You Israelites out there, especially you Northern Kingdom Jakes that have got this tattooed on your chest and arms. All right, if you man, you guys are gone. All right? You guys are gone. But if you're in the truth, you know what I mean? The Lord may the Lord have mercy on you if you're doing the right thing. But with this tattoo, a lot of you gangster Jakes, especially you Northern Kingdom Latinos, you guys are bugged out, man. Talk about brown pride, but then you have this devil tied it up in yourself. And tattoos are unclean, by the way. You can't get them. If you have them, don't get no more, especially when you come into the truth, all right? So, will the real Messiah stand up? It's not this devil, this is a real image of the Messiah, pursuant to the book of Revelation, how the prophets looked as well as so-called black men, all right? And the term black means negative and dirty. This skin color is dark, but it's not black. It's brown. We are different shades of brown, from royal, chocolate dark brown to every shade of brown in between, to even your high yellow, to like that. I'll give you an example, like that rapper from the 90s and Charlie Baltimore. Google Charlie Baltimore, right? Very light skinned. That's an example of the shades that we come in. All right. So this is what the real Messiah looks like. Will the real Messiah stand up? Okay. And this is the real Messiah. Okay. You Jakes out there you Israelites need to get this devil demonic soft image out of your mind, man. You need to kill this image. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. And burn it. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakodash. Shalom.